Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know, guys. Hello, everybody. I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there is no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know, guys. Hello, everybody. I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know, guys. No issues. Okay, that's great. All good? All great? Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, how are you guys? It has been a pretty long time since my previous bootcamp, so uh, I will try to make sure that we are able to enjoy the entire process. Is my health okay? Yeah, I'm still feeling a bit under the weather, but yeah, I'm fine right now. Okay, so how about you guys? How are you? Is everybody all right? Good, great. So most of you might be coming for the very first time. Arun, the Microsoft certificates, I've already told you, takes almost 2 to 3 weeks for the certificates to being sent. So please do not disturb it within the class itself. You will get the certificate whenever the certificates are being sent by Microsoft. Okay. Okay, great. So let me know, guys. So how many of you are coming for the very first time to like an boot camp organized by DevTown? Like, can you guys let me know how many of you are coming for this is the very first boot camp that you are attending that has been conducted via DevTown, guys? Please do let me know. Okay, so there are many of you who are coming up for the very first time for a bootcamp that has been conducted by us. No issues in that, guys. So I will start by first of all introducing myself. My name is Shaurasana, and I am one of the co-founders at DevTown. I've been a software engineer, a data analyst, a data scientist, a machine learning engineer, and a full stack engineer at companies like Reliance, Jio, Fastnell. I've also been a part of Google, where I used to I was a part of the Google Explore ML program, where I used to go on behalf of Google to various different institutes as well as colleges, and I used to teach topics like AI, data science, machine learning, full stack web development in these colleges. So that is a bit of an introduction about myself, and it's great to see so many people coming up to the boot camps themselves, and we will have a great time. One of the best parts about these boot camps is that we don't have any prerequisites. The only prerequisite, that is something that you should already know before attending the boot camp, is that you should be able to understand the English that I'm speaking. That's it. That's the only thing that you need to understand. We'll be learning basics of HTML, we'll be learning basics of CSS, JavaScript, React components, and we'll be doing the project live in the class itself. So everything will be taught to you from the utmost basics, so that you don't have to worry about anything. At the end of the bootcamp itself, you will also get certified. So in this bootcamp, there are 3 certificates associated with this bootcamp. The first one is a certificate. So I will just show it to you guys so that you guys are also comfortable with the same. So you guys can also connect with us or me on LinkedIn or Instagram, depending upon whatever your preference is. So let me just check if somebody has posted it up on LinkedIn. Okay. So usually students who complete the bootcamp share their certificates on LinkedIn itself, so it becomes easier for us to show it to you guys as well. So for example, this is one of the bootcamps that we conducted on JavaScript and React. So this was the previous bootcamp that we conducted on JavaScript and React, as you are able to see. So this is the Microsoft certificate that had been sent to the students. Okay. Then the next certificate is the Google Developer Group certificates that is sent sent by Google itself. Then the next particular certificate that is being sent is the certificate of completion via DevTown. So these are the 3 certificates that you will be getting after the end of the entire bootcamp itself. Now the criteria of getting these certificates is actually pretty simple. Okay, so are you guys able to understand the 3 certificates that you are going to get at the end of this bootcamp? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand the 3 certificates that you will be getting at the end of this bootcamp, guys? Are you guys able to understand that? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So now I'll be showing you guys the criteria for getting these certificates. Okay, so please try to understand it in one go, and then we'll start off with our today's class. Okay, so it is very simple, guys. Now, as I said, there are 3 certificates associated with this particular bootcamp. The first certificate is the certificate via DevTown. Okay, the second certificate and the third certificate are the certificates that are associated with Google and Microsoft. Now every single day, okay, every single day I will be taking up your attendance as well. So every day I will be taking up your attendance. Now when I'm taking up your attendance at any point of time, okay, so how will I be taking your attendance? How will you guys be giving the attendance? I'll be telling you guys at the end of today's class. Now there will be a lot many number of people in the live chat who will be asking the same question again and again. So if you guys know the answer, if I've already told you the answer to that question, please try to do help them out with it, because if I'm continuously repeating myself, then we will not be able to proceed further in the class itself. I hope that you guys are able to understand this. So how to give your attendance, where to give your attendance, I will be telling you guys at the end of today's class, not right now, but every single day during the entire 7 days of our boot camp, I'll be taking your attendance. Okay, now whenever I'm taking your attendance, so there are 7 days of worth of attendance that is there associated with the boot camp. Every day the classes will be of 1.5 hours long, 1 to 1.5 hours long, depending upon like if there is something special that day, so it will be 1 hour. Otherwise normal classes will be of 1.5 hours long, that is 90 minutes. Now these 7 days of attendance, so those students will be having 100% of attendance. Okay, those students will be having 100% of attendance. Okay, those students will be having 100% of attendance will be getting the certificate via DevTown. Okay, those students who will be having 100% of attendance will be getting the certificates via DevTown. So to get the certificate via DevTown, you need to have 7 out of 7 attendance. Okay, you will have to have 7 out of 7 attendance. Now the attendance, how to give the attendance, where to give the attendance, what time will we be given to give the attendance, all that I will be telling you at the end of today's class. But you need to make sure that you are having 100% attendance to be able to get the DevTown certificate. Now like I said, the bootcamp itself, you don't need to know anything from the start. Everything will be taught to you from scratch within the class itself. That is, you don't need to know anything. Okay, once we have learned all the technologies, once we have understood all the languages itself, then at the end, that is on the 7th day, we will be making a project. I will be live coding the project in front of you. Like I will be explaining you the code, I will be like creating the entire project in front of you itself, and then after that I will be giving you 4 to 5 days, okay, to create that project, to create the very same project on your own. That video will be made available to you guys. See, as you are able to see, this is a YouTube live video. If you are going on our channel, okay, if you are going on our channel right over here, let me just show it to you guys. So if I go to my channel right over here, as you are able to see, all the videos of my previous boot camps are still available. Okay, so this video will be made available to you guys till your lifetime. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. So on the 7th day, we'll be doing a project. I'll be giving you 4 to 5 days to create the exact same project. In the project, I'll be coding it line by line in front of you, explaining you everything. The same project you will have to create once again on your own. Okay, and then I will be asking you to submit the project. Now, how to submit the project, where to submit the project, all that I will be letting you guys know on the 7th day itself. Not right now, on the 7th day. What is the project, how to submit the project, where to submit the project, how much time. So time will be like 4 to 5 days will be given to you guys to submit the project. So it will be more than sufficient for you guys to do it. But all the other details I will be giving you on the 7th day. Now those students will be submitting the correct project. Okay, those students who will be submitting the correct project, those students will be getting the Google and Microsoft certificate. So for Google and Microsoft certificates, you have to have 7 out of 7 attendance. Okay, you will have to have 100% attendance as well. Okay, you'll have to have 100% attendance as well as the correct project submitted. Okay, you will have to have 7 out of 7, that is 100% attendance, as well as the correct project submitted at the end. Only after that we will be able to send you guys the Google and the Microsoft certificates. Okay, are you guys able to understand the entire process? Okay, are you guys able to understand the entire process? Because I've already told you guys how to give the attendance. I'll be letting you guys know at the end of today's class. Okay, I'll be letting you guys know how to give your attendance at the end of today's class. Your focus during the class should be to understand as much as possible. Whatever I am teaching, take down notes, try to understand it. From our end, I will give you guys the notes that we are also using, so you don't have to worry about it. So we have taken up all the precautions, all the different things that you guys might need. So we have taken all that care for you guys. At the end of the day, it is up to you to make sure that you are able to gain as much knowledge as possible from these boot camps. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Okay, great. So how to submit the project, I'll be telling you guys at the on the 7th day of the bootcamp itself, when we'll be doing the project. How to give the attendance, where to give the attendance, I'll be telling you guys at the end of today's class. So the classes will be for 1 to 1.5 hours. So either 1 hour or 1.5 hours, depending upon like how's the mood of the class and everything. And we'll try to have an awesome journey ahead. So are you guys excited for today's class? Please do let me know. Are you guys excited for today's class? Please do let me know, guys. Okay, so let's get started with our today's class, guys. Let me just open up the PDF that we are going to use. So now this PDF has already been uploaded. So these notes that I'm currently using for JavaScript, it has already been uploaded on our Discord channel. Okay, if you are going to our Discord channel, the link to join the Discord channel is down the description of the video itself. The PDF has already been uploaded there. Let me just show it to you guys. Give me a second. So this is our Discord channel, as you are able to see right over here. You can join it. The link for the same is down in the description of the video itself. In that, if you are scrolling it down below, you will be able to see resources for boot camps. Okay, you will be able to see these resources for boot camps right over here. So the front end web development basics, okay, as you are able to see, is one of the first resources that is there. Okay, inside of that you will be able to see the JavaScript basic PDF right over here. So the HTML PDF, the CSS PDF, the JavaScript basic PDF, the React PDFs, all of them will be uploaded in this particular group itself and nowhere else. So if you guys need an access to the PPTs or the PDFs or the notes that we are going to use, or even some of the resource materials that you'll be using inside of your projects, it will be made available right over here in our Discord channel. Okay, so you guys will be able to get it from right over there. Now I'm able to understand many of you might be using YouTube for the very first time, because I'm able to see some messages that the screen is not clear or something like that. So no issues in that. I will help you guys out. So this is YouTube. I understand some of you are using it for the first time. You can just click on the screen. There will be a gear. gear that you will be able to see on the top right corner of your video. Click on that. Okay, once I've clicked on that particular gear itself, you'll have a quality that you can adjust. You can increase the quality to 1080p or 720p to see everything very clearly. Okay, so I hope that you will be able to see the screen clearly by doing this. Otherwise, if you're still facing an issue with the quality of the screen, just wipe your screen off your t-shirt or something like that. Okay, so okay, that's done. People have started downloading it as well. Okay, so that's completely great. So let's start with our today's class, guys. Now, of course, before starting, we will be doing a lot of practicals as well. But first of all, I like to take up a bit of time to get you guys the feel. So when, for example, when you taste wine, it's not as if you just like open up the bottle and put the bottle in your mouth and start drinking it. It's not like that. You need to take up the feel of the fine quality that has been provided to you. So the same thing goes on with learning about tech as well. You need to first understand why this JavaScript or why this React or why HTML CSS is so important for us to learn at any point of time. Okay, so let's try. Notes will only be provided in the Discord channel and nowhere else. Okay, because we are trying to make sure the community also gets bigger, and on the Discord itself, all our mentors are there. If you have any doubts, any queries, any concerns, you can post it right over there and people will help you out with the same. So that is a great thing for you guys as well. So yeah, I think so that will be amazing. Okay, so let's get started. So like I said, we'll first start with understanding about a brief introduction about JavaScript. Once we have understood about it, once we have understood a bit about like what is front-end web development, then we'll start off with the practicals as well. You don't need to worry about it even if you don't have a laptop. Okay, even if I will be like doing the project, I'll be doing everything in such a way that even if you don't have a laptop, okay, even if you are having a smartphone, you will be able to complete the project and submit it. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it, guys. Even if you are having a smartphone as well, you will be able to complete the bootcamp, complete the project and submit it. So you don't have to worry about it itself. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so right over here, this is so do you guys understand what is a browser? Okay, do you guys understand what is a browser, guys? Can you guys give me some examples of browsers that you have used? Can you guys give me some examples of browsers that you have used, guys? Okay, so people are writing Edge, Google Chrome, Firefox, Mozilla, okay, Opera Mini, okay, that's great. Brave, okay, yeah, Chrome, okay, you are having your Safari, okay, that's great. So these are some of the examples of the web browsers that you are currently using, okay, whether it be your Google Chrome, Opera Mini, Firefox, you are having your Brave and all these different kinds of web browsers that were there. These web browsers aren't something that are new. Okay, these have existed since 1990s itself. Now, one of the very earliest web browsers was created by a particular person called as Mark Anderson. Okay, Mark Anderson created one of the first browsers that was made available to the public when he was in his college days itself, and he called it as the Mosaic browser. After finishing off his college, he renamed that company into Netscape. Now, if somebody from the group has heard about Elon Musk's childhood itself, like how he grew up and everything, so Netscape is the exact same company where Elon Musk tried to apply as an intern but got rejected. So it's the exact same company. Back in 1990s, it was the largest internet company in in the entire world. And Mark Anderson was the founder for that. Right now, Mark Anderson is known as one of the biggest tech VCs, that is venture capitalists in the entire world. He has invested in companies like Google, Apple, Slack, and every single company that you can dream of. But yeah, so one of the earliest companies that he had created was the Netscape, and the main product for Netscape was the Netscape Browser. Netscape Browser, just like today you are using your Chrome, you are using different type of browsers that you currently are having right now. Netscape had the biggest user base in the entire world back in 1990s. As you're able to see, this is one of the version 3.0 of the Netscape browser that you are able to see, and it has features that are very similar. Okay, it has features that are very similar to the browsers that we currently have. Okay, as you're able to see right over here, let's try to see it. We are having this particular back button, we are having this particular next button, the home button, the reload button, the print button, the find button. We are having a URL bar right over here where you are able to put up your www.google.com. okay, the URL you are able to write right over here, so that is the URL bar that you are able to have right over here. Okay, then you are having the entire like window where you are able to see the website popping up. Okay, so as you're able to see, most of the most of the features, okay, of the browser back in 1990s. So this is a browser that is almost like 30 years old. A 30-year-old browser has almost the same features as what we whatever browser that we are currently having. It has the same features as that. Not a lot of feature wise, there's not a lot of changes that we are able to see within these browsers itself. That is the point that I'm trying to say. Like, even though the technology behind building these browsers have changed over the past 3 decades or so, but the feature wise, not a lot of changes has come up into these browsers. That is the point with web development in general as well. In web development, the technology might be changing with time, okay, but the feature wise, the features and the concepts and the core things that you learn at the start itself never change. They always remain the same. Okay, so even though the technology is changing, if you are able to keep with pace with the technology, you will always be in demand in the entire industry. Okay, so let us move further from right over here. By the way, Netscape closed its door back in like 2008 itself. So Netscape closed the entire company back in 2008. It's a pretty bad thing for them, but yeah, you should be familiar with it. Now, one of the three basic things that build, okay, components of any website that you are able to see, whether you go to like google.com, netflix.com, and any other website, the three basic components is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the three basic components of any website that you are going to use. Let's try to understand, okay, why do we require HTML? Why do we require CSS? And what is the use of JavaScript right over here? Okay, so let's try to understand this. Now, websites, okay, in the very early days, why were websites created? Why was the internet created? So, of course, there's a conspiracy theory that it was created by the military US Army and to communicate and all these kind of stuff, but we don't care ourselves with conspiracy theories. We only care what we can prove at the end of the day. So by proof, it was created by the scientists and the researchers that were at UC Berkeley. I understand some of you might be knowing that like college or something like that. It is one of the biggest colleges that Indian students go for MS all over the world. People go for MS right over there. So yeah, so the researchers and scientists at UC Berkeley back in 1970s, 1960s faced a big problem. Okay, let's try to understand this. Let's try to understand this at right now. I am a researcher who is currently placed in India, Bangalore. You are a researcher who is currently in US. Okay, let's try to take up this scenario. Now you are currently working on a very big paper, a very big research paper that you are currently writing. Okay, now you have completed it. Once you are writing a research paper, you will have a lot of references to maybe other research papers, maybe some articles, maybe some newspapers, maybe some books, maybe some other reference materials itself that you have put up inside your research paper. Now you want to share your research with me. You live in US, I live in Bangalore, so you ship that particular research paper to me. It takes almost 3 to 4 months for that research paper to get to me, first of all. So it has taken almost 3 months for that research paper to reach to me, because you have to ship it, okay, from US to India. Once I receive it, okay, now that research paper, to understand that research paper, I need to get all the different like information. Okay, at the end, for example, it is referencing another article, it is referencing another book, another research paper, and so on and so forth. So I need to get the access to those articles to be able to understand what is written inside of your research paper. So I take it to the nearest library, I try to arrange some of the books or articles that are there, but it is almost next to impossible to be able to arrange all of them in a very short period of time. Now this was a huge problem, and for that reason the scientists created the internet was initially created as a way so that scientists and researchers were able to share and communicate their research papers with a lot of ease with other researchers. So now these research papers do not have images, they don't have any kind of beautification, they just have texts and some links. Okay, so for example, the World Wide Web that was created right over here, as you're able to see, it has just a lot of text on its page, and it has a lot of your links that are there. Now if you click on these links, it will take you to another page where more text is there, just like Wikipedia. You guys must have seen Wikipedia as well, so you will be able to understand that. Okay, so just text, links, you click on these links, more number of pages will open up, there's more text, more number of links right over there. So this is how, like, and the entire structure of this entire website was created only using HTML. Okay, initially there was only like HTML that existed. Okay, so as you are able to see right over here, okay, they are created a entire, like, sharing the research papers and everything just using HTML or hypertext markup language. Okay, hypertext markup language right over here. Okay, now the problem with just using HTML, so this is one of the earliest websites of Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft, one of the biggest tech companies in the entire world. This is one of the earliest websites of Microsoft, and as you're able to see, this has been created solely in HTML. They have used only HTML to create their initial website. This is a website that is not so appealing. Okay, there's some text, there is some links right over here, but do you like this website? Do you like the feel of this website? Is this a website that you will come for the very first time and you will see that, okay, this is a good website and I would like to use it again? Guys, what do you think about this website? Please do let me know. Do you feel as this website is beautiful, or this website is appealing enough so that you will be using it at any other point of time, guys? Exactly. No, it looks very simple. It does not look very good to use. Like, it's okayish, okay, but I'm not feeling the vibes out of this website. That was the problem with HTML. HTML was able to provide a structure. Think about HTML as the bones of your body. Okay, it is able to provide a structure to your body itself, but it does not provide like the beautification that is needed. Okay, that is where CSS comes into place. CSS is like the beautification that you need. Okay, CSS, so HTML provides the structure to your body, that is the bones. It provides the structure to your body, but CSS provides the beautification that is needed. Maybe the clothes that you wear, the hair that that you have, the accessories that you wear, the shoes that you wear, all these kind of stuff that gives you a style. That is where the CSS comes into place. HTML or hypertext markup language, and CSS or cascading style sheets. Okay, these are styling sheets that are there. So as you're able to see, this is the Yahoo website that is being created using HTML and CSS, and this is a website from back in 1998. Okay, so this is a Yahoo website from back in 1998 right over here. And as you're able to see, it not just has a structure or some text written in it, it has some images, it has some cool graphics, it has like these structures also made in a very beautiful format. So all that has been done using a combination of both HTML as well as CSS. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. Now the problem came, these websites weren't too interactive with the user. Okay, so for example, if the user is clicking on a button, the color of the page is changing, or maybe some animation is happening on the website itself. All these different things using just HTML and CSS was just not possible. That is where the language, that is JavaScript, came into being. Okay, JavaScript provided the dynamism that is required, okay, by the website to be able to interact with the user. For that, our team created a very small GIF that we made to be able to make you guys understand about HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So HTML provided it the structure, okay, that is the bones, and so that you have a great structure to your website. The CSS provided the appearance or the presentation or the styling for your website itself, whereas JavaScript provided the dynamism or the action that you want to be introduced for your website to be able to be interactive enough for the user to feel pleasure about. Okay, so are you guys able to understand from this example what is the role of the HTML, CSS and JavaScript, guys? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. Okay, so let's continue from right over there. Now let's try to understand why we require JavaScript. Okay, so initially back in let me just check. Okay, so there is an issue with the light, so I think so you guys might not be able to see me clearly. I'm so sorry for that, but no issues in that. Let's continue from right over there. Now see, JavaScript, so initially when there was just the Netscape browser, Mark Anderson contacted another fellow. His name was Brendan Ike. Okay, his name was Brendan Ike, and he gave a proposition to Brendan Ike that, okay, I want a language that is light enough that these animations and everything that I want to have on my website should work properly. Okay, so Brendan Ike created JavaScript in just 10 days. So it took 10 days to create like JavaScript. It usually takes a lot of time to learn JavaScript right now, but this guy Brendan Ike created JavaScript in just 10 days, and he named it as initially as LiveScript, but see, at that point of time back in 1990s, a lot many number of people were using the language Java. Okay, a lot many number of people were using the language Java. So and people always ask me, is there a particular like reference, like is there a connection between Java and JavaScript? So Java and JavaScript are as related to each other as apple and pineapple are. Apple and pineapple are both fruits, both have the spelling APPLE inside of their names. That's it. That's as similar as it gets to Java and JavaScript. Both of them are programming languages. Both of them have the spelling of Java inside of it. So naming LiveScript, naming the language as JavaScript was basically a marketing tactic, because at that point of time, everybody was learning Java. Everybody was using Java. So what they did? because it's the most hyped up language at that point of time, they named this new language as JavaScript, so that people confuse and start thinking that both of them are related and start learning this new language as well. And it worked. Right now 99% of the entire web is based off just JavaScript. JavaScript is the most used language in the entire world. At the second number, it's Python. So you are able to understand like this marketing tactic basically worked a lot. Let's try to see what will happen if there is no JavaScript or there's no CSS in our websites. Let's try to see that. Okay, so let me just open up the browser. Let's take up a particular website right over here. Okay, so let's open up YouTube. Let's take up Instagram. Yeah, I will have to log into it. I don't want to log into the website. I will just take it up on a new page. Okay, so this is how your Instagram looks like with your JavaScript like and CSS working right now. Let's see what happens if I switch off CSS. So what I've done is, you can also search for it, web developer. Okay, Chrome extension. Okay, you can search for web developer Chrome extension. Okay, you can search for web developer Chrome extension. It will open up the first link. You can go right over there. You can install this into your Chrome and you can use it. So I'm currently using this web developer Chrome extension itself. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, this is the Instagram page. Okay, it looks good and everything. Okay, so what we'll do right now is, I'll open up the web developer thing. Okay, web developer Chrome extension, and I will disable the CSS. Okay, this is how Instagram looks like without CSS. Okay, this is how Instagram looks like without CSS, without any styling. Okay, the same thing if I go to, let's say, LinkedIn. Okay, let's go to LinkedIn right now. Okay, let's go to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of the best instead of using Instagram, you should be using LinkedIn right now. Okay, so let's open up my profile right over here. Okay, so this is my profile, this is LinkedIn. Let's switch off CSS. Okay, let's disable CSS for LinkedIn. Okay, disable all styles. This is how LinkedIn looks like without any CSS. Okay, this is how LinkedIn looks like without any CSS. Let's look at some other websites as well. Let's look at, let's say, now, so which website should we look at next, guys? Which website should I look at next, guys? Please do let me know. Which website should we look at next, guys? Please do let me know. YouTube. So let's look at YouTube as well. So this is how YouTube looks like with CSS, and this is how YouTube looks like without CSS. So as you're able to see, this is how YouTube looks like without any CSS. Let's look at Amazon. If it opens up, Amazon. Let's open up Amazon right over here. This is how Amazon looks like with CSS, and let's remove the CSS from right over here. This is how Amazon looks like without any CSS. So as you're able to see, without CSS, websites don't look like something that you want to use at the end of the day. But what about JavaScript? Okay, let's enable CSS in all the websites. Let's enable CSS in all the websites, just so that we are able to make sure everything is working properly. So let's open up the CSS in all the websites. Okay, so now let's disable JavaScript. Okay, once we have disabled JavaScript, if you are trying to load up Instagram, it won't even open up. Without JavaScript, Instagram won't even load up. What about LinkedIn? Let's try to reload LinkedIn without JavaScript. Without JavaScript, LinkedIn will also not even load up. Without JavaScript, YouTube will also not even load up. YouTube will also not even load up without JavaScript. Let's see what happens for Amazon. Let's try to see for Amazon itself. Amazon is able to load itself up, but all that pop-ups that you were able to see when you were hovering over these images, you were able to see the pop-up, some information about the product itself, that won't show up. Okay, that won't show up right over there. So that is the point. Like, JavaScript is so merged into our websites itself, that without JavaScript, without the use of JavaScript, 90% of the websites won't even load up for you guys. Okay, it won't even load up for you guys. So for example, let's go to the Apple website. Okay, let's go to Apple website right over here. So this is how Google looks like without JavaScript. Okay, so you are able to see there's some differences in how normal Google looks like when compared to how Google looks like without any JavaScript. So let's go to the Apple's official website. This is how, so let us first enable JavaScript. Okay, let's first enable JavaScript so that we are able to understand how this website looks like with JavaScript itself. So this is Apple's website with JavaScript, as you are able to see. Let's look at some particular product. Let's go to iPad Pro, I guess. Explore iPad Pro further. So this is how your website of Apple looks like, and it's amazing, having great animations and everything. Okay, with JavaScript enabled. Let's first see what happens if I'm disabling the JavaScript. So now I've disabled the JavaScript. Let us reload the website. Okay, this is how the animation is all messed up. Right now we are not able to have any kind of animations. These are just images that are there. Without JavaScript, all the animations are gone, just images and text are there. Okay, so as you're able to see, this is how it looks like without any JavaScript. What about if you are removing your CSS? Okay, let's remove the CSS from right over here and reload the page. So I think so the CSS got refreshed. I need to disable all styles. And this is how the website looks like without any CSS. Okay, this is how the Apple websites look like without any CSS right over here. So you are easily able to understand this. Now, somebody is asking right over here, let's remove HTML. Okay, just think about it. You are having a body. Okay, you are having a body. You can remove the clothes of the body. You can ask the body not to move. But could you remove the skeleton out of the body itself? Could you remove the skeleton out of the body itself? Just think about it, guys. Okay, it's not possible. You cannot remove the skeleton out of the body itself. So that is the thing with HTML. HTML is the structure of the entire website. Without it, there is nothing that is there. So you cannot remove the HTML of the website itself. Okay. Okay, great. So I hope that everybody is able to understand this. Please do let me know, guys. I hope everybody is able to understand this. Please do let me know. Okay, great. So let's start off with JavaScript itself. Okay. For the first 2 days, whatever we are going to do, if you don't have a laptop, okay, right now we are going to start with the practicals. Okay, for the first 2 days, that is today and tomorrow, whatever we are going to learn in JavaScript, if you don't have a laptop, just listen to me very carefully. Whatever I'm saying, whatever I'm doing, okay, you should be able to understand everything. From the day 3 onwards, whatever we will be doing, even if you are having a smartphone, you will be able to do the same, do the entire practical along with me. But for the first 2 days, that is today and tomorrow, if you don't have a laptop, do not worry, just listen to me very carefully. You will be able to understand everything. Okay, for those who have a laptop itself as well, okay, after the end of the program, after the end of the class itself, try to do it on your own. Okay, do not do it within the class, otherwise you will not be able to listen to me properly and you will be missing out on topics. Okay, so never do it within the class itself. Try to understand everything that I'm trying to say. Once the class has ended, try to do it on your own so that you are able to retain as much as possible. Okay, the main thing with web development is there's a lot of different technologies, there is a lot of different things that you can do, so it's very hard to retain stuff. So I found that this is the best thing that is possible. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Let me just open up Chrome. Okay, so for the initial coding itself, whatever I do, I try to make sure that I'm able to take things from the utmost basics. Okay, I know some of you might be knowing some concepts in advance as well. I also know a lot of advanced topics, but I never think that okay, all my students know everything from this particular level. I understand that okay, these guys know English, from there I need to start teaching. So if you feel that it's a pretty like very basic or something like that, please stay on with me, because like I said, I never assume anything. I try to make sure that I'm able to take everything from the basics. Slowly and steadily we'll be marching towards the advanced topics so that you guys are also enjoying the entire process. Okay, so let's get started right over here. Let us do a right click. So you can open up any of the web browser that you are having. Anywhere on the website you can do a right click that is there. Once you have done a right click, there will be a lot of options that are available. We want to select the inspect option. Okay, we want to select the inspect option. Okay, once you have clicked on the inspect option, it will open up this console that you are able to see down the website itself. Okay, below the website you will be able to see a console like structure that is opening up. So right click, inspect element, you are able to come to this particular console. Once you've come to this console, you are able to see there's a lot of different options that are available. Okay, you're having console, sources, network, performance, memory, application, security, lighthouse, recorder, performance insights. So these are a lot of different like options that are available right over here. Okay, so the first, like what we need to select is the console option. Okay, we want to select the console option right over here, and this is where we'll be doing our programming for the first day. That is for today. Whatever we are going to learn, we will be doing our programming right over here. From this we are then going to shift to snippets. From there we are going to shift to an IDE, so you don't have to worry about it, but just from the starting itself, we will be starting from right over here itself, guys. Now usually just like many of you might be Indians, some of you might not be Indians itself, some of you might be from some foreign countries, but for us Indians, whenever we start something new, okay, whenever we start something new, we take up like curd and sugar before doing that. Okay, it's felt as auspicious in our religion, in our country. So the same thing goes on for programming as well. Whenever we start learning a new language as programmers, we usually start off by first writing hello world in that particular language. Okay, so the same thing we are going to do right now as well. Okay, we will be writing hello world in JavaScript first of all. So what we are going to use right over here is we are going to use the alert function. Okay, so first of all, we need to tell the browser using JavaScript. So JavaScript is a language through which we are able to communicate with the browser. So we need to tell the browser that the browser needs to show an alert. The browser needs to print, okay, hello world for us. Okay, so the browser needs to show an alert. Okay, so what do you mean by alert in normal English, guys? Can you guys let me know? What do you mean by alert in normal English, guys? Please let me know. Okay, so we'll be starting out with JavaScript. Once we have completed JavaScript, we'll be learning HTML and CSS. Once we have done that, then we'll be moving towards your React.js, then React components, and then we'll be having the project. So this is the entire process that we'll be having, guys. So yes, you will be taught HTML and CSS as well, but of course you cannot just start out with everything on the first day. Okay, so we start out with JavaScript, then HTML, then CSS, then React components, and then we are having your project. Okay, so please be patient. Okay, you cannot learn everything on the first day. Our job is to make sure that you guys are able to get into a flow of learning. Okay, so yes, warning, any type of attention. Okay, you want to warn something about it, important notification. Okay, notification is something that is good. So alerts on your phone are basically notifications that are there. Similarly, using JavaScript, you can create an alert inside the browser as well, a notification inside the browser as well. So for that, the code is pretty simple. First of all, you need to say that, okay, I want to create an alert. So write ALERT, alert, inside the console. Then inside of parentheses, you want to specify the message that you want to show inside the notification. I want to specify hello world. Okay, I want to specify hello world inside the parenthesis. Okay, and this hello world is the message that I want to show inside my notification itself. So I want to create an alert. Alerts are basically notifications. Okay, the message that I want to showcase inside the notification is hello world, and then at the end I put up a semicolon that is just like a full stop. Whenever you are using like your English language, you put up a full stop at the end of the sentence to mark that okay, this is where the sentence is getting writing over, right over here as well, you have a semicolon at the end, which basically tells that this is the end of the code that you are currently writing. So if you run this particular line of code, to run this particular line of code, it's pretty simple. You can just press enter and that will run this particular line of code. As you're able to see, we are able to get an alert. Okay, we are able to get a pop-up on our screen, a notification on our screen that says Chrome new tab page says hello world. Okay, we are able to get hello world printed as a notification in front of us. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Guys, there are almost 3.6 thousand people along with us live right now. So if you guys are able to understand this, it will be great if you guys are able to mention it in the live chat. Okay, I'm able to understand that some of you might not be able to do that, but yeah, my job is to make sure that you guys are able to understand everything. Okay, so let's try to understand once again what this particular sentence means. Okay, so let's go back to our PPT as you're able to see. So this particular so for example, when you go to, so if I say that you are visiting my house, if I say that, okay, can you, like, I'm not feeling well, so yesterday I had food poisoning, I spent the entire day in the toilet either barfing out or something like that. So if I'm telling you that, okay, I'm not feeling well, could you get me a glass of water? Okay, if I'm telling you this, you'll get up from your seat, you will go to the RO, you will fill up, like you will take a glass, you'll fill it up with water, you will bring it back to me and I will drink it. As simple as that. So, but I don't need to tell you the entire process every single time. I don't need to tell you that, instead of just telling you that, okay, can you bring me a glass of water? I don't have to tell you that, okay, get up from your seat, walk 50 feet towards your right, pick up the glass, walk 10 feet towards your right once again, press the green button, press the blue button to get the water, press it again to stop the flow of water, then take a left 10 feet, take a left 50 feet, bring the glass to me, and then I will drink the water. I don't have to specify all these things to you again and again. I just have to tell that, okay, go and get me a glass of water. The same thing goes on with these functions as well. Okay, these functions that are there, they, instead of telling exactly like what to do, these functions do that for you. For example, when you write, okay, I want to create an alert, so this is a function that is called as an alert. It will create a notification for you. It will create a notification for you directly. Okay, it will create a notification for you. Okay, it takes in a parameter as well, that is message. Whatever is present in the brackets, it's called as a parameter. Here the parameter is the message that you want to show inside of the alert. Okay, the message right over here is hello. Okay, so I want to show the message hello inside of my alert that I'm creating. And just like normal English, you are having a full stop at the end. So in JavaScript, you are having a semicolon. Now please remember, guys, that even if you are not putting up a semicolon, your code might work pretty well. Okay, there's no compulsion in putting up the semicolon at the end of your code, but I'll still suggest you guys to put up a semicolon whenever you are writing your JavaScript code, because when you will be writing like huge quantities of JavaScript code itself, maybe 10,000 lines of JavaScript code, at that point of time, if you're not putting up semicolons properly, then it might lead to some errors that you're not able to figure out. So it's always a very good practice to put up semicolons at the end of your code inside of JavaScript. Okay, so please keep that in mind, guys. Okay. Okay, so let's continue from right over here. So the right way of writing like alert hello world, okay, is usually using double quotes. Okay, you can use single quotation marks as well, you can use single quotation marks as well, but this is not the right way to do it. Although all of these three would work properly, all of these three will create an alert saying hello, but see, there are some conventions that needs to be followed when you're writing the code. Now what these conventions are is that these are, so there are two type of things. One is a rule and the other one is a convention. A rule is something that if you are breaking a rule is like you should not kill another person. If you are breaking this rule, then you will go to jail. Similarly, if you are breaking a rule while coding, you will get some errors in your code won't work properly. And the second thing is a convention that you shouldn't eat directly from a plate. Okay, you shouldn't put your mouth inside the plate and start eating. Okay, like a dog. Okay, that's not the human way to do it. You can eat via your hands, you can eat via a fork and a spoon, but you shouldn't put your mouth directly into a plate to eat. Okay, so that is a convention. If you're not following a convention, you won't be thrown into jail. Okay, you won't be thrown into jail, but people will think that you are a bad human being. The same thing goes on for programming as well. There are some conventions that need to be followed. If you're not following these conventions, you'll not get an error. Okay, your code will work absolutely fine, you will never get an error or something like that, but some other programmer who is looking at your code will consider you to be a noob. Okay, will consider you to be a noob itself. That is, you don't know how to write proper code itself. That is the point with conventions. So this is one of the conventions that is there. Just I'm giving you an example. There are a lot many number of conventions that are there. You can find about these conventions as you are programming further on into the program itself. You will be able to find it. Okay, so right over here, as you are able to see, okay, you are having an alert. Okay, after alert you shouldn't have any space. Okay, you shouldn't have any space right over here. Okay, the second thing is you should use double quotation marks. You shouldn't be using single quotation marks. Also, you shouldn't have space after the parenthesis or something like that. There should be no spaces, and you should be using double quotation marks right over here. Okay, okay. So the next thing that we want to understand is just like alert. Okay, just like in alert you were able to showcase a notification with some information inside of it. The same thing you can do it to get some information from the user as well. Okay, you can get some information about from the user as well. Okay, so for example, let's try to understand what do you understand by the word prompt in normal English. Okay, in normal English, not related to programming or anything. If I'm giving you the word prompt, what is its meaning in normal English? Can you guys let me know? Will you guys let me know what do you understand by prompt in normal English? Prompt, prompt. Taking input. Okay, so that is inform, tell someone. Okay, display something, event or action. Okay, so there are a lot many number of like meaning behind the word prompt, as you are able to see. So what we need to understand is in JavaScript, prompt is another function that is used to take in input from the user itself. Prompt also generates a notification just like alert, but inside of this notification the user that is currently on the website will be able to give some input to you. Okay, so right over here I've written in the code as well. Okay, as you're able to see, so prompt, then in parenthesis the question that I want to put, the information that I want to showcase inside of that notification itself. So what is your name? So this is the question. On the basis of that, the user will be putting as an input. Okay, and then the semicolon at the end, and then the semicolon at the end. So I'm pressing enter right over here. As you're able to see, it is generating a notification for me. It is generating a notification from me right over here, and inside this notification you are having what is your name. Okay, you are having what is your name, and then I will be writing my input. So my input is Shaurya. Okay, Shaurya Sinha. Okay, this is my input right over here. So what is your name? Shaurya. As soon as I'm putting up OK, as you're able to see, that input gets logged out inside our console. The input, whatever the input that I gave inside that particular prompt itself, that gets logged out inside my console. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand prompt? Please do let me know, guys. Great. Now the problem, so I took the input from the user. Okay, I took the input from the user, but how to use this input? Okay, how to use this input to do something else? Maybe I want to show an alert that, hi, Shorasana, how are you? Okay, I give like whatever the name, that whatever the input I'm getting in from the user itself, I want to use it. How to do that? That is a big question. That is where the concept of variables come into place. Okay, so now I understand that you guys don't know about variables or something like that. So let's first try to understand about variables. Okay, so let's try to understand something about variables itself. Let's say that you are a software engineer that has recently shifted to Bangalore. Okay, so this is you. Okay, let me just draw you out. So this is you. You have recently shifted to Bangalore as a software engineer, and you are currently looking forward to a house for rent. Okay, and you found a great house. You have taken it for rent. Right now, your rent, okay, your rent is, let's say, 25,000 rupees. Okay, 25,000 rupees per month. That is your rent, and you have taken that up. Now your salary, okay, as you are a software engineer in Bangalore, you are earning a lot as well. So let's say that your salary right over here is 1 lakh rupees. Okay, your salary is 1 lakh rupees right now. So let's say that your salary is also 1 lakh rupees. Now of course you are a software engineer, you like to, like, Bangalore is a very, like, there's a lot of traffic in Bangalore. You cannot commute from one place to another without a two-wheeler. So you have taken up a two-wheeler on EMI. So let's say that your EMI for the two-wheeler is also 25,000 rupees. Okay, that is the EMI for your two-wheeler as well. Of course, you like to maintain your body like mass and everything. So you have started out with gym. So your gym membership every month is rupees 5,000, let's say. So that is your current expenses and your salary that you are having. Along with that, as you earn a lot, you have to pay a lot in taxes as well. So your tax rates, okay, so your rate of tax is 0.3, that is 30%. 30% you have to pay in taxes as well. So that is a quick introduction about your financial life. Now you are a programmer, you are a software engineer. You don't want to sit every single month paying out your rent, paying out your EMI, paying out your gym, calculating your expenses, calculating your savings. So you don't want to do all that. Calculated your taxes and paying that taxes off as well. So there's a lot of different things that you have to do, and you don't want to do that on your own. Okay, you want to create a program that is able to handle all these different financial stuff for you. Okay, that is what you want to do. Okay, that is what you want to do. Okay, so let's say that you started making, okay, you started making a particular code that is able to do all these different stuff for you. So let's start with that. Okay, don't think about this as programming, just think about this as an example itself. So for example, let's say that you want to calculate your savings. Okay, so your expenses, let's first start with your expenses itself. So what is your expenses right now? Your expenses is your rent, that is 25,000 rupees. Okay, plus your EMI, that is also 25,000 rupees, that is also your expenses. Then plus your gym membership, that is also your expenses. Along with that, your tax as well. So you will also have to pay taxes. So that is also one of the expenses that you are having. So let's first calculate your taxes in that case. So let's calculate your tax. Your tax will be your income, that is 1 lakh rupees, minus your EMI, because that is a tax deductible solution. So minus your EMI multiplied by your rate, that is 0.3. That is your tax that you have to pay. Okay, that is your tax. So your code is basically whatever code that you're writing, this is how your code will go on. First of all, you're calculating your tax, then you're calculating your expenses. Your expenses is rent plus EMI plus gym plus your taxes. So that is 1 lakh rupees minus 25,000 multiplied by 0.3. So that is your expenses. Now you want to calculate your savings. Okay, now you want to calculate your savings itself. So let's calculate your savings. So that will be 1 lakh rupees minus, then you will be having all your expenses written right over here. So this entire thing you will have to write it once again. Okay, so this is how the entire stuff happens. Okay, this is how you will be writing your like 10,000 lines of code that is able to do everything for you, from filing your taxes to calculating your like expenses, calculating your savings and everything. So this entire code is like 10,000 lines of code, 10,000 lines of code that is there. Okay, now the problem with this entire code is that let's say that your landlady, okay, your landlady came into the picture and she told that, okay, so you are a software engineer in Bangalore, so you must earn a lot of money, so I'm increasing your rent from 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. Okay, I as a landlady, I'm increasing your rent from 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. Now you don't want to go again out and find a new home and like take it up. The society is nice, you don't want to shift. Okay, so you agreed that, okay, I will like pay the 30,000 rupees itself. Okay, so now your rent has also increased. Your rent has increased from 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. Okay, but the problem with this is that you have to go through the entire 10,000 lines of code to change every single place wherever you had your rent as 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. You have to update your code as well. Okay, you have to update your code as well. Am I right or wrong, guys? Please do let me know. Am I right or wrong, guys? Please do let me know. You have to update your code to where all the 25,000 rupees, that is the rent, you need to update it to 30,000 rupees, guys. Please do let me know. Great. So some of you might be smart. Some of you might just say that, okay, why not one thing? Why not we can just do like a control F, that is find and replace all the 25,000 that is there inside of my code to 30,000 rupees. Why can't I do that? Why can't I do a control F and control R, that is find and replace all the 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees? Can you guys let me know what is the problem with this statement? Can you guys let me know what is the problem with this statement? If I'm trying to do a control F and control R, that is find and replace all the 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees, what will be the problem, guys? That's absolutely clever. The EMI will also change. The EMI will also change. Your EMI is also 25,000. So if you're trying to do a control F and control R, all your EMI will also change, and you don't want to do that. So the next best option is to go through every single line of code. So for example, first you will come to this particular line of code, you will read through them. Okay, so this is 25,000. You will have to figure it out. Okay, whether this is for your rent or whether this is for your EMI. So this is for EMI, so you'll leave it. You will come to the next line of code. Okay, this is for your rent. So you'll cut this, you will increase it to 30,000 and so on and so forth. You have to do this for the entire 10,000 lines of code, and this is very time consuming. This is very time consuming, and this is where the concepts of variables come into place. Okay, so what variables are is you are nicknaming all these values. So instead of writing this entire stuff as this, you will be writing it as, let's say, salary. So you are writing a nickname of Sal. You are giving a nickname of Sal as 1 lakh rupees. So you'll be writing salary minus 25,000, that is your EMI. You will be writing EMI multiplied by your rate. Okay, so this is how you are able to do it. Okay, instead of using the actual numbers, you are giving it a nickname. Okay, is equal to, let's give this a nickname as well. So this is like your tax. Okay, right over here I'm naming it as tax, this entire calculation. Then right over here I can represent this entire same statement as rent. Okay, as rent plus EMI plus gym plus tax, because I've just calculated this on the top, plus tax, and that is my expense. So EXPENCE, expense, that we are able to create right over here. So this is how, instead of writing everything out, instead of writing all the numbers out, I'm just creating some nicknames for these values. So I don't require this. Okay, I don't require this right now. I will just remove this, and this is our new code that I'm creating. Now even if my rent is increased, okay, even if my rent is increased to 30,000 rupees, even if my rent is increased to 30,000 rupees, I don't have to come back to these 10,000 lines of code. I don't have to come back to these 10,000 lines of code. What I have to do is I just have to come to this particular line of code, change my rent from 25,000 rupees. I just have to change this from 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. And wherever I've used rent, okay, wherever I've used rent inside my 10,000 lines of code, all that particular places, the new value of rent will now be the nickname for the value that is 30,000. Rent will now be a nickname for 30,000. Are you guys able to understand variables? Variables are nothing else but nicknames to some values. Okay, so instead of using that value directly, you are able to use that nickname, and that nickname contains the value. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to see? Variables are a very important concept in every single programming language, whether it be in JavaScript, Python, Java, C, C++, C#, Go, any language that you're learning, variables are an extremely important topic that you need to understand. And this is one of the greatest examples that you will be able to see to be able to understand why do we require variables. Okay, everybody will just tell you guys that, okay, this is how to use variables, go and fucking use variables at the end of the day. But what I'm trying to make sure is that you are able to understand why do we require variables. Okay, so in JavaScript, if you want to create a variable called as rent, the code for the same that you have to do is var, that is, you want to create a variable called as rent that contains the value of 25,000 inside of it. This is how you are able to create. This is the code to create a variable inside of your JavaScript. Now, what this basically does is it creates a box. Okay, you can think about it as a box called as rent. Okay, and think about it as a box called as rent that contains the value of 25,000 inside of it. Okay, that contains the value 25,000 inside of it. Okay, that is how you can think about variables. And whenever you are using the word rent at any other point of time, maybe rent is equals to rent plus 100 or something like that, wherever you are using rent, it refers to this box. Okay, it refers to the value that is contained inside this box itself. Okay, it refers to the value that is contained inside of this box. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. So now what we are going to do is we are going to use this box, okay, and we are going to put this input that the user is giving inside the box. What we want to do right now is whatever input that we are able to get from the user by using prompt, we want to put that input inside this box so that we are able to use it at a later point of time. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a var, that is a variable called as name. Okay, we are going to create a variable called as name. Okay, so var name, that is the name of the variable, and we are going to put the input that we are able to get from the user. So that is prompt, what is your name? Okay, so we are getting prompt, what is your name, on the right hand side. This will create the prompt. We will give the input, that is whatever name that you are having. That input will then get stored inside a box called as name. Okay, that input will get stored inside the box called as name that we can use at a later point of time. So let us run this particular line of code. As you are able to see, we are able to get the prompt. Okay, that is what is your name right over here. We'll put up our input, that is Shaurya Sinha, and we'll press enter. And now if we are pressing name, okay, that is the name of the variable that we have created. If you are using name, it contains the value Shaurya Sinha inside of it. Okay, it contains the value Shaurya Sinha inside of it. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. This is how you are able to utilize a variable. Okay, for example, I want to create an alert. Okay, let's say that I want to create an alert, okay, saying hi. Okay, so now I can use the concept. So for example, when you add two numbers, okay, let's see this. Let's first try to understand this. For example, 2 plus 7. Okay, 2 plus 7 is 9. Okay, 2 plus 7, both are numbers. 2 plus 7 is 9 right over here. Okay, so it's the same thing with strings. So strings is basically any type of sequence of characters that you are having. So you can use the arithmetic symbol of addition on strings as well, and that is called as concatenation. Okay, so for example, you are having hello plus world. Okay, both of them are strings. Okay, both of them are strings. Both of them are sequence of characters itself. If I'm using the plus symbol, the arithmetic symbol of addition in between them, then that will concatenate both of them together. That will append, that will attach both the strings together to create a single string. This is called as concatenation. Okay, this is called as concatenation right over here. So if we are pressing enter, as you're able to see, we are getting hello world. Okay, the same thing, we can put up a space as well in between. So plus, and then we'll be having a space right over here. So let's put up a space in the middle. Okay, right over here. So we are concatenating 3 strings right over here. We are attaching 3 strings together right over here, and we are having hello space world. Okay, we are having hello space world. As you are able to see, we are having hello space world right over here. Now we are going to use this particular concept of concatenation to be able to create a new alert. Okay, we will be able to create a new alert right now. So we are going to have an alert, that is alert, and then we will be having a hi, then space, then your name, so name, then plus how are you. So I'm able to create an alert with hi, name, how are you. Okay, so name is basically Shorasana. That is the name that we got from the user itself. As I'm pressing enter, we are able to see that we are able to create an alert. It is hi Shorasana, how are you. Okay, now we are not able to see exactly what it is. So instead of using an alert, okay, we can put out our output inside the console itself. Right now the place where we are writing our code is called as a console. Okay, this is called as a console. Now to like show something out in the console itself. Now to show something out in the console, you use the word console.log. So now log, okay, you must have heard about this particular spelling, L-O-G, in normal English itself. It usually means to write something down, to record something. Okay, so you want to write something down or record something inside of your console. The place that you're writing your code is called as a console itself. You want to log something out inside the console. For that, you are having the code of console dot log. Okay, that is, you want to write something down inside the console. Let's say console dot log and then name. Okay, I want to print out the name itself. As you're able to see, it is printing out Shorasana inside our code. Okay, inside our console itself, we are able to see Shorasana being printed out. Similarly, if I want to print the entire stuff from here, let's copy this and let's paste it, console dot log, and let's paste it right over here. Let's end the sentence. As you're able to see, we are getting hi Shorasana, how are you. So you are able to use your console.log as well as the concept of concatenation to bring awesome results on your screen. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Console.log, the place where you're writing your code is called as a console. If you want to print something out, if you want to record something, if you want to put something out inside that console itself, you use the .log method. Log basically means to record something. Okay, so that is why console.log, and whatever you are able to print, put in the parenthesis, that will be printing out on your screen. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. I'm so sorry. Okay, so usually, like I've already said, the classes will be for 1.5 hours long. Okay, but I need to explain about the attendance criteria and everything. So how to give the attendance and everything. So today I'm shutting down it 15 minutes prior. But yeah, right now, whatever we have studied, we have done all the theoretical aspect related to like programming itself. We have started out with the practicals. From tomorrow onwards, we will be continuing with the practicals itself. We'll be learning about functions in JavaScript. We'll be learning about a lot more in JavaScript itself. We need to make sure that you guys like data types in JavaScript, functions in JavaScript, different kinds of functions in JavaScript. So we'll be doing that tomorrow, and then we'll be starting out with HTML. We'll be moving on with CSS, then React, React.js, React, your components itself, and then the final project. So it will be pretty easy. Okay, do not worry about it. There's not a lot of different things that will be included. I understand that I'm going from a very basic standpoint of view. I also feel this is very basic for me. This is something that I had done like 6 years ago. So I also feel that it's very pretty basic for me, but no issues in that, guys. We'll have an awesome journey. Okay, so let's try to understand about the attendance. So every day, anywhere within the entire class, every day the method of taking the attendance will be totally different. Okay, every single day the method of giving you the attendance link will be totally different. Every single day I'll be doing something new to give you guys the attendance link. Okay, so for example, for today I'll be showing you guys a QR code. Okay, I'll be showing you guys a QR code. First of all, let me know that you guys are able to understand that this is a YouTube video. Okay, I hope that you guys are able to understand that this is a YouTube video, guys. Now, as a YouTube video, it can be paused, it can be rewind back. Okay, it will be made available. So I've already shown to you guys that the video will be made available to you guys for your lifetime. You don't have to worry about it. As you're able to see, it's available. All our previous videos are available on our channel, so this will be made available for you to a longer period of time as well. Okay, so it can be paused, it can be reverted back, it can be watched after it's over as well. Okay, so first of all, keep that in mind. So the QR code will be shown anywhere in right now. For today it will be a QR code. Okay, for tomorrow, day after tomorrow, it might be something else, it might be some other location. I'll just tell you guys that okay, this is where it exists. You can go and find the attendance link right over there. Every day the process would be different. Okay, so now this QR code, you have to scan this QR code. Now, how to scan this QR code? Many of you would be like, I don't know how to scan a QR code itself. I don't know how to say this to you, but you can use your Paytm scanner, you can use your Google Pay scanner, you can use your Phone Pay scanner to scan the QR code. You can use your Google Lens. Okay, if you are an Android user, you can use your Google Lens. If you are an iOS user, you can directly use your camera. If you are still not able to figure it out, there are applications and apps and even websites which you can use to scan QR codes. If you're still not able to figure it out, you can do a direct Google search on how to scan a QR code. You are going into the field of computer science, scanning a QR code should be pretty easy for you guys. Once you have scanned the QR code, it will open up a Google form. Please try to make sure that that Google form, okay, so for the entire 7 days, there will be 7 different Google forms that will be there. You have to make sure that all those 7 Google Forms are being filled by the same email ID. Do not change the email ID, guys. Use the exact same email ID to fill out the Google Forms. Please, this is very important. If you're not following this, you will face a lot of problems in the future. And then don't come telling me that I didn't get my certificate or something like that. I won't be able to help you guys out. So please try to make sure that you are using the exact same email to fill out the Google Forms. Okay, the second thing that you need to make sure is, please make sure that your name, the spelling of your name is absolutely perfect in every single day's attendance. Okay, absolutely perfect, because that is the name that will be going inside of your certificate. Okay, so please make sure that whatever name that you are putting up inside the Google form, the spelling is absolutely perfect. If you have a very long name, okay, so the certificate size is pretty small. Okay, so if you're having a very long name, like you are having like 5-6 different like ancestors names in your name, please try to short it down. Okay, it should be your first name and your last name. We don't require an entire family tree to be put up on the certificate. Okay, so please try to make sure that you're having your first name and your last name. That's it. Okay, do not put on your father's name, mother's name, sister's name, grandfather's name. Please don't do that. The size of the certificate is small. You don't want your name spilling out of the certificate itself. Okay, so that is something that you need to take care of. So about the attendance, I hope that you guys are very clear with the attendance itself. I'll be showing you guys the attendance in 5 minutes, but I hope that you guys are very clear with the attendance, guys. Please do let me know. Okay, undefined after use alert. Okay, yeah, so that undefined, so that's a great question. I was just waiting for somebody to ask that question. That you will only be able to understand once we have completed with functions. Now this alert, prompt and all these different stuff are basically functions that are there, and they have a return type. Some of them don't have a return type, so that is a concept that we'll be learning. We'll be learning about functions tomorrow. It's a pretty great concept, and you guys will be able to understand it. But don't worry about it. Keep that in mind that we were getting undefined. Sometimes we are not getting undefined. Sometimes why is that happening? We'll be talking about it tomorrow. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay. Yeah. So second thing, the time period for attendance. Every single day at 12 midnight, the attendance link for that day will be closed. So you will have up till 12 midnight to fill out your attendance link. Okay, you have enough of time up till 12 midnight. You can watch the entire like class, eating your food. You can watch it live. You can come join us live, and you can be with us as well, so that if you're having any questions or something like that, you are able to interact with me. But the attendance link every single day will be closed at 12 midnight. Okay, so please keep that in mind, guys. After that, you have lost the attendance for that day, you have lost the certificates. So please keep in mind that your attendance, you have to fill it up before 12 midnight. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys, I will be showing the attendance link in 5 minutes. Okay, so but are you guys able to understand up till here? Please do let me know, guys. I'll be showing the attendance link in 5 minutes, guys, but are you guys able to understand up till here? Please do let me know. Okay, that's great. So I will just introduce myself and DevTown in short once again. My name is Shaurasana, and I will be your instructor for almost every single bootcamp that you will be visiting via DevTown. We'll try to make sure that more number of instructors are also there, so don't worry about it. But yeah, so my name is Shaurasana. I've been a software engineer, a data analyst, a data scientist, a full stack engineer, and a machine learning engineer at companies like Jio, Reliance, Fastnell. I've been a part with Google. I've been in their Explore ML program, where I used to go on behalf of Google to various different institutes, and I used to teach like concepts like machine learning, data science, deep learning, AI, full stack web development to these colleges. And once I realized that a lot of the number of students don't know exactly what they are doing, we started out, me and my friend Ashish Modi. He's from KPMG, so he's a data engineer. So we started this company called as DevTown, and our aim is to make sure that you guys, so as you have seen, none of our bootcamps have any cost associated with them. Once you have coming out of a bootcamp, we make sure that 3 things are given to you. First, you have the knowledge, okay, that is required for that particular, for example, you are attending a front-end web development bootcamp, so you should have the knowledge related to HTML, CSS, React, that is there. The second thing is a project that you can put out as your final year project on your resume as well. So once you're coming out of the bootcamp, you will have a project that you have done in the bootcamp itself that you can put on your resume as your final year project as well. And the third thing that we have made sure is that you are able to get certifications via companies like Microsoft and Google, specifying that you have completed this bootcamp, you have this particular information. For example, the next bootcamp that we are having, that is going to start from the 1st of September or the 2nd of September, I don't remember the date. We've also collaborated with Postman for that particular bootcamp. That's a backend web development bootcamp, and that the API section will be taught by a particular person directly from Postman, and you will be getting certificates from them as well, along with some goodies. So that is our aim, to make sure that you guys are getting a platform where you are able to raise your voices and you are able to learn as much as possible. The only thing that we want from your end is your love and your support. That's it. We don't want to ask for a lot, okay? Because see, what happens is getting these certificates from Google or Microsoft to you guys is not easy. There's a lot of hoops and there's a lot of loops that we have to go through at any point of time. Right now we are in talks with Amazon as well as Facebook to be able to provide you guys with much more number of certificates, but it takes some time. Right now Postman 1 has got approved, so we are doing a pilot with them right now, but we are currently approaching more number of companies to be able to provide you guys these certificates for free. Usually these certificates cost like 2,000-3,000 rupees per certificate, but we are able to do it for free so that you guys are able to focus much more upon the knowledge rather than all these small stuff. Okay, so when you are focusing much more on the knowledge, you will grow. Our main aim is to make sure that you are growing at the end of the day. The only thing that we want from your end is your love and support. That's it. Okay, like, see, if the community is growing a lot, these companies will also understand that, okay, whatever we are giving to you guys, whatever you are getting, you are appreciating it. Okay, you are getting something from it, and that is all that we want from your end. Okay, so that is the reason why I will generously ask you guys to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It literally will take you a minute or two. Okay, you can just scroll down below. There are just two buttons that are there. Before moving on to the QR code, if it's possible, let's take up an aim of having at least like 3,200 likes. Will that be enough, guys? Please do let me know. Let's take up an aim of 3,200 likes, and once we have hit that aim, I'll show you guys the attendance link for today. What do you say? See, like I said, as you are like taking up the video, or you're subscribing to the channel or liking the video, it helps us to show these companies that yes, the students are getting something out of it, so that we are able to get more and more number of certificates to you guys at the end. So that is what our aim is. And see, the boot camps and everything, we have boot camps on front end, the back end technologies, we have boot camp on technologies like data science, AI, machine learning. So we'll continuously be taking up boot camps on every single technology, whether it be data structures and algorithms, C++, Java. So we will make sure that you guys are getting the best of all the worlds. The only thing that we expect from you guys is your love and your support. Okay, that's it. And if you guys want, you guys can definitely connect with me or with DevTown as well. I provided you guys the link for our like, if you want to connect with me on any platform, you can do that. So if you go down in the description of the video itself, the video that you are currently watching, you'll be able to see that you can connect with DevTown as a company on both LinkedIn and Instagram. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn as well as Instagram. I put up my personal accounts as well, so it will be great to connect with you guys. The notes and everything has already been provided to you guys on Discord, so you can definitely go there if you want the notes and everything. That will be provided to you guys on the Discord itself. So those who want to connect with me or with DevTown, you can definitely do that. We have already provided all the links down in the description of the video itself. It will be great to connect with you and talk to you as well. Okay, so right now I'll be till that time that you are connecting with us, okay, it will take me 2 to 3 minutes to show the QR code. Till that time, you can connect with us on all the platforms, especially LinkedIn and Instagram. Up to that point of time, I will create the link for you guys. Okay, give me a second, guys. Hide my screen for 2 minutes. I know that my screen is blank behind. I've done that personally. Okay, so please be calm about it. Till that point of time, down in the description of the video itself, I have provided you guys with all the links. You can definitely connect with us right over there. It will be great to be able to connect with you guys as well. Give me 2 minutes. I'm just creating the entire attendance form for you guys. Okay. It will take me 2 to 3 minutes, guys, so please be patient. Up till that point of time, till I'm making the attendance link and the QR code as well, you guys can go ahead. The links are down in the description itself. You can connect with us on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Telegram as well. I think so. I put up the Telegram link as well. It will be great to be able to talk to you guys, to be able to connect with you guys. So that will also be amazing. Okay. Okay, so I think so I've created the entire link. Let me check if the responses are open or not. Responses, collect email IDs, send responders a copy of their emails. So everything is working fine. Send link. Shut. Copy. I'm so sorry. So actually, I have the link. I was just creating the QR code. I was just giving you guys time so that if you guys want to connect with us on any of the social media platform, you can definitely do that. So Day-01 and the month is AUG August. Download. Okay, so the QR code is now on your screen, guys. Like I said, this is a YouTube video. You can pause the video, you can scroll back the video, you can watch the video again, you can take a screenshot after pausing the video as well. So this is your QR code right over here, and do fill out the forms properly. Please do not hesitate. Whatever feedback that you guys are having, do send me that as well. If you guys want to connect with me on LinkedIn or on Instagram, do that. It will be amazing to talk to you guys on a personal level. Any type of feedback, any type of help, any type of things that you require, you can put it up on the Discord channel. There are almost 32 different mentors that we are having that will always be ready to help you guys out with the same. Okay. Sure. So those guys who are on Discord, okay, there will be a resources tab. When you join the Discord, there will be a resources tab. Inside of that, there will be the front end web development bootcamp. You can just click on that. It will open up a channel. Inside of that, there will be directly a download button for JavaScript basics. You can click on that and it will download that PDF for you. It is as simple as that. Okay. So for getting the notes, you just have to join the Discord channel. The link for the Discord channel is also down the description for you guys. Okay. So please create a bootcamp especially for interview preparation. Deepak Saini, I will surely do that. Okay. So right now for the entire month of August, September and October, I have already planned out all the bootcamps. So after that, definitely. So right now we'll be having bootcamps on front end, back end, web development. We'll be having bootcamps on building some clones of Instagram clone, Facebook clone. Then we'll be having some bootcamps on data science, AI, machine learning, deep learning. Then we'll be having some bootcamps on data structures and algorithms in C++ and Java. So we have already planned a lot of different boot camps for you guys. Let's see that. Let's make sure that it's a huge success. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. It was great meeting you. Please be on time tomorrow as well. We'll be starting out at time at 7 o'clock. So please be on time and we will be having an awesome time tomorrow as well. We'll be doing a lot of practical in JavaScript, and whatever you guys are having any kind of suggestions or something like that, please do approach me on LinkedIn or Instagram. It will be great to hear from you guys as well. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, and we'll meet tomorrow. The class is over. You can leave. Definitely, I'm just waiting for like everybody to leave. I don't want to make sure like I'm leaving as the first person. It feels a bit rude. So thank you so much, guys, and we'll meet tomorrow. It will be great to meet you guys as well. Thank you so much, guys. In data science project, can we use CNN to do the project, because accuracy is coming very low using ANN? Of course, Ansari, if you feel that that's the case, you can definitely do that. Thank you so much, guys. We'll be meeting tomorrow. Please, yes, we'll have a bootcamp on MongoDB in the future as well. Don't worry about it. Okay. It's showing 25 August because like the bootcamp started, like the starting date of the bootcamp was 25 August. Day-01 is the Day-01, but the bootcamp, the scheduled time of the bootcamp was 25 August. Okay. Please arrange a cybersecurity bootcamp. Sure, in the future we'll definitely do that. We had some bootcamps on cybersecurity and ethical hacking. In the future we'll try to do it once again. Okay, do not worry about it. Okay, so the attendance and everything has already been done. Those guys who are late or who didn't listen to me properly, guys, please don't do this. Okay, always be on time. Okay. The attendance link has already been given to you guys. Okay, so for those who are late into the class itself, please be on time, guys. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Those who have no idea about the attendance link, watch the video. Okay, attend the class, you will get to know about it. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow again at 7. Please be on time. Thank you. Thank you.